Hi, my name's Sheldon Tweedie. I'm a semi-pro footballer from Australia and I absolutely love the outdoors. My e-bike journey began online after I realised that pretty much every bike I saw riding around had a battery attached. From there, I started to realise how much of a global phenomenon they already were and how much potential there was for them to change so many lives from travelling, exercise and a fun perspective. So I've come down to Energy Electric Bikes today here in Brookvale. My mate Finn actually works at the shop and he's got a bike for me. Oof. Mate, what have you got for me?
We got the Milano Plus,
wow.
26 inch. It's by NCM. And yeah, what do you reckon?
I like it. I like the look of it. I can't wait to give it a ride. Tell me a bit about it.
Yeah, so the reason I got it for you is it really handles hills well and it's got this step through frame as well. So given your circumstance, I'm sure you'll touch on that.
Oh yeah, and about my current situation. So I had knee surgery on my torn meniscus in 2019 and I've had another surgery since, and the doctors told me that it was going to be a struggle to kind of ever run again. And so the rehab process has been quite strenuous and I've needed to get it moving in some way, so here I am. Apparently this bike's huge 16 amp hour battery has a range of up to 150 kilometers, and I'd be happy if it did 70 to 80 kilometers.
Yeah, I reckon you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
It's got a Shimano gear system, a Tektro brake system, it's got a rear light, front light, it's got seat suspension,
yeah.
It's got front suspension, it's got great mud guards that are really gonna keep you safe from the mud, which I think you're gonna need today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're gonna really find that it goes great on the hills.
I'm excited to give it a test, not only on the flat, but some hills as well. I'm sure we'll get to that. I'm excited to see how it goes. So on the first hour of my trip, I'd already seen and experienced more than I had in months of driving my car. Yeah, I was on my way somewhere, but the way I was able to take in my surroundings as I traveled while still moving fast and effortlessly was unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. So I just met up with Finno and I've gone for my first ride on an electric bike, and let me tell you, this thing has some serious power. It has 6 different pedal assist settings and it flies. The handling, I was really surprised. You look at the front of the bike, it's got some thin tires, but it handles these corners pretty damn well. And also the terrain, man, it can handle all sorts of terrain. I was riding on grass, concrete, little hills. I'm loving it, absolutely loving it. Some of you may have noticed that my seat position is quite low. This height seemed to be the sweet spot for my knee, and when I combined that with the easily adjustable head stem, I was able to find the perfect riding position for myself at this stage of my rehab. I'd ridden further on this bike than I had ridden in years, and I started to understand what seemed to be almost limitless potential for where I could go. So something I'd never do on a normal day is take the bike down to the beach. I'm gonna head down there now, grab a coffee, check out the surf. Let's see how this thing goes. The Sun Tour 63mm forks combined with the seat suspension showed so much promise on the off-road terrain. What I would change, however, to maximise the bike's off-road potential are the tyres. I'd swap out the Schwalbe Marathon tyres for something with a little bit more off-road tread, just to enhance the bike's handling capabilities on tracks and trails. This ride has really lifted my spirits. It wasn't long ago I was told I may never be able to do something like this again. Today, this NCM Milano Plus has made it all possible. So, I've heard good things about this bike going up hills. Now, I'm really going to put it to the test here and see whether it can go up this hill, because I tell you what, nobody is riding up this hill. This is one of those ones where people get off their bike and push it up there. That's not something I'm going to want to do. So we're going to see if this motor has enough power to get up there. I don't know if it will, but we're really going to test it out. Oh, this thing just takes over. I'm literally cruising. I'm cruising. Knee's hurting a little bit, but man, if I did this on a normal bike, there's no way I'm getting it. This thing just powers me up. Man, this thing just flies me up the hill at ease. I absolutely love it. So I was using the 6th pedal assist, and actually looking at the bike now, I was in gear 2. So I had an extra gear to go up higher, and man, I could have taken a steeper hill than that, and this one is pretty steep. So Man, just the ease of the ride up the hill, it felt like nothing. It felt like I was almost on the flat. Loved it, absolutely loved it. Everyone around here should definitely get one, because I tell you what, I'd be going down for a surf in the morning, coming back. You don't even have to worry about this hill. Wow, this is hard to beat.
So it was time to go and meet Finn, who, can I add, told me to meet him at the top of the biggest hill in the area that we live in.
How'd you find that?
Mate, I was a little bit annoyed when you left me at the bottom of the hill, but I'm truly impressed. I dreaded hills on a normal bike, but this thing, the 48 volt, 250 watt motor, it flew me up the hills. And for a street legal bike, I'm pretty impressed.
So the reason I actually chose this bike for you is because, well, first of all, it's really powerful, and I know it's a bit of fun for you. And with that power, I knew you had your knee injury, so you kind of didn't want to be straining your knee. And with that as well, there's a step through, so you didn't need to be super mobile to get on the bike. So with all that in mind, I thought it was kind of the most comfortable, fun bike for you to get around on.
Yeah, I found that as well. It was just stepping through the bike, jumping on the back of it. It was, for my knee, I had no issues with it, and I'm sure this would be a great bike for all genders, all ages as well. It's just super easy to get on and off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, one thing about the step through is that it used to be known as kind of a female type style, I guess, and now it's worldwide. Anyone can ride it. I think we've developed technology where the joints at the base of the bike are strong enough to allow a step through, and therefore more bikes can be stepped through. Everyone's riding them. They're easy to get on and off, and I reckon they look pretty cool.
I like it. No issues with it.
Yeah. So what do you think about the overall design?
I like the matte black. I think the color scheme with the handles and the seat goes really well. It's slick and tidy. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah, I mean, it comes in a white as well. So I guess for people looking for that light and bright,
that would definitely
bike,
work.
yeah, it's great.
You know, it's a bike that you can ride all day. It's super comfortable, nice upright position. I had no discomfort when I was riding it at all. Mate, how much am I looking at?
So it's just over $2,000, which is, I think, is a great value. I mean, you're going to be able to ditch your car, really, or your bike.
Very true.
And there's also the standard model that's a bit under 2,000, around 1,800 Australian dollars.
Yep.
But I think for what you're getting, it's so worth it. And for the lifestyle you get with it as well, I mean, it'll pay you back.
So at the end of my first day as an e-biker, I was hooked. I could regain my mobility, transport myself around, all of this whilst having fun along the way. To own an e-bike for me will be life-changing, and as for the NCM Milano Plus, I love it. It's simply stylish, there's no compromise on functionality and safety, and it's also really well balanced in both an aesthetic and ergonomic regard, where my comfy ride position was complemented by its calculated gear and pedal assist functions. And well, for its value, I think it's the best e-bike for me.